Okay, this fly here is called a 52 Buick. It's a damselfly nymph. It's a very good pattern, but an old one. I'm going to show you how to tie that. It's a very effective fly. I'm going to use a number 8. This is a 2 extra long. Tie on my thread. I'm just going to use a black thread. Now we're going to put on the rib. And for the rib material, oops, I dropped it. For rib material, I'm going to use the braided gold braid oval. I'll try not to drop this one. I'll run my thread right back to the bend of the hook. Now I'm going to tie on the tail. For the tail, I'm using a dyed green mallard flank. Okay. It's a very fine material, so take a good clump. Tie it on there and then you pull it for length. You don't want it too long. It's a gamsel tail, so it's not that long. I just kind of bury everything under the body, like so. Now I'm going to tie on my body material, and I'm using a dubbing brush. This is a dubbing brush made with green seal, and I've also dubbed material in there that has UV properties. Now, the body is only going to go up about that high there, just a little shade over halfway up the shank. Right to there. That's how I lock the materials in. Another half hitch. Now I'm going to reverse wind this. Put the rib on, nice even segmentations. Lock that in nice and tight. Now I'm going to put on the shell casing. The shell back is going to be peacock herl. Pardon me, it's a peacock feather from the back of a peacock. It's the same color as the peacock herl, okay? I'll just prepare it like so. By tying this in upside down, it's going to have the vibrant colors will all be facing up. And it's also going to help in pulling our legs down and to the rear. You'll see. Now, I put that on there like so and tie it in by the tips. Anything you miss, you can pick up and tie in. Like so. Now that space has to be, you're going to be tying right back to that. There we go. Always check that. Make sure you don't leave a gap in there. At this point, I'm going to put in our legs, and I'm going to be using Hungarian partridge for the legs. Now, the original pattern called for the same green feather, but I prefer Hungarian partridge. The original pattern called for the dyed green for the legs. But Hungarian partridge moves well in the water. It has a nice, it actually makes a nice pair of legs. I'll prepare it like so. And tie it in by the tip. Like so. I just fold that all out of my road to the rear. Now we're going to use peacock herl. I'll just take it off of this peacock feather. I'll take 3 or 4 strands because they're short. I'll trim the butt and tie it in by the butt. The reason I always tie in by the butt is as you wind, the more vibrant colors are at the tip. Just a rule of thumb. It's a habit I've gotten into. Now I wind my strands around my thread 3-4 times. Now you build the head. I'm going to trim that off. Just grab my scissors here. Do this without taking the thread off. Now I'm going to fold the legs down like so. Tie that off. Now make sure the legs are sticking out to the sides, because the next step is going to fold them down with the wing case, like so. Makes for a very nice finish on the fly. Now there's a 52 Buick. It's an excellent pattern to fish. Very successful. What I do with my tail fibers, I grab them like so with my thumbnail, and that just curls them up. As you can see, it makes a very nice silhouette for a nymph pattern. Fished this in 10 Mile Lake. Personally fished it, and it fishes well. Enjoy it.